Hey, be a squid and subscribe to my mediocrity. How's it going, my squids? Today we're going to be playing some Mortal Kombat 11. I've got Jax Briggs in front of us, which is just an absolute monster. We're going to go over some basics, some little bit of advanced techniques with tick throws, and we're going to talk about the basics of how his, flame hands work. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So, in terms of his flame hands, right, the more you punch, the more you do combinations and stuff like that, or even this move. Honestly, this move right here will really charge up your move real quickly. So, doing this will get your hands on fire, and then you can use this for projectiles, spacings, stuff like that, and just kind of have some versatility with Jax, right? Now, outside of that, you can do the same thing and charge everything up, right? Let's just gonna go ahead and get everything charged up real quick. And then once you're fully charged, you can do a couple different things. You can do forward 2 into 1+3. So forward 2 into 1+3. And then this will get you a skull breaker, which is really cool. I don't know if that's the actual term, but it does this weird X-ray thing. And it does a dick load of damage. It's like 300 plus. Now, in my personal opinion, that's what you're going for, because that does a lot of damage and it's basically free. If you punish or catch your opponent doing something goofy, you can just get this for free. And not only that, just if you do that raw, it's not a lot of damage, but it's also a nice way to charge up your fire hands as well. So you can do that in any form of way and however you want to charge your hands. Now, it doesn't always have to be forward 2 as well. You can do 2, 2, 1+3 as well, and it also does the same thing. Okay, so let's start talking about some throws now. So he's got basically one throw that's an actual ability, and it's down, back, forward 1, and it does this weird overthrow, and it's pretty cool looking, right? But it's only 70 damage. It's not that great. All right, and if you do everything, you go into 2, and then you mash 4, and then you mash 3, and then you miss it because you're bad. So the full thing should look like this if I don't fuck it up, and then bam, 230, big damage, right? That's pretty free as long as you can land it, and it's there's not much you can do once you get grabbed. That's it. Now, on its own, easier said than done, right? You can't just walk up and grab somebody. Who's gonna let that happen, right? That's just that's preposterous. You can't just fucking do that. So you can combo this, right? So basically, you do back 1, which will do this kind of lunging uppercut, which is a launcher kind of thing, and then you have to be really quick. But immediately after you land that punch, you do the combo for the grab. So down, back, forward 1, that you have to do. It's got you have to be really fast, and it's gonna take you. You're gonna have to practice it, because I've been in here for already 4 hours just mashing it, just back to back to back, trying to master this technique, and it's not easy by any means. Sometimes you'll get this this isn't bad either, mind you, because you can charge up your hands. So if you want to do that, you can do this and then this, and then boom, 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 and then just keep going to it, push them to the corner, and then you catch them with some bullshit. They're pressing buttons, mash them, get big damage off of this. So it's fine. If you happen to get this is okay. This is okay. You benefit from this. So this is not a bad position to be in by any means. But if you can get this is just free big damage all around. So overall, this is kind of what you're going for if you want to punish something. All right, let's go ahead and start talking about tick throws. So we're gonna turn them on to block all. So whoops, I didn't save it. Let's go ahead and block all, please. Thank you. All right, as you guys can see, he's blocking everything perfectly fine, right? So in order to do a tick throw, right, and first of all, for those of you that don't know what a tick throw is basically where you kind of do a quick jab at the opponent or anything like that, and then you grab immediately afterwards. The character you're playing has to have a grab that is capable of using a tick throw. So this grab, for example, you can't tick throw with this. It doesn't work. You just can't do it, right? But this grab right here, it goes through blocking. Even though it's an ability, it goes through. You can still grab your opponent. So that's this is one that you can do. So basically, you pressure them by pressing down, right? Or you do low 1, right? You do crouching 1, and then you immediately go into this, and then they can't do anything. If they press a button, it doesn't work. They can't do anything. They will get grabbed no matter what. They can jump it perhaps, but that's if you hit this and they don't jump over the low, it doesn't work. It's still gonna they're still gonna get shit on by the grab. And this is just a way to get big damage while they're while they're blocking. You're pressuring them with a bunch of crouching lows or anything like that, and it works. And there's a couple different options you can do as well. So if they're blocking, you can still do back 1, right, and you can still go for the grab, and it works just as easily. And it's it gives you an amount of range. Look at his range. Look at his range. You can be about right here and it still works, right? So this just in general gives you a lot of just range to pressure your opponent from a distance, and if they get hit by it, you can still do the grab, and if they happen to block it, they can still get hit by the grab. So it's just a very impressive way to pressure your opponent, even from a little bit of a distance. Not only that, I'm pretty sure you can do forward into to like forward 3-3 into the grab as well. So I think it's this. Well, let's see here. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it. See, this one's a lot harder to do, but there you go. It's a lot easier whenever you kind of get the timing down, because it's all timing with the tick grabs. But just this one, in my personal opinion, is kind of like nutty because it's 2 hits. Like tick grabs typically are like 1 hit and that's kind of it, right? Like you just kind of like crouching 1 then grab. This one, it's a double hit. It's 2 hits and then you can still tick throw. Like that's genuine insanity. And even though it's a lot harder to do than what you would normally expect, it's still a tick throw nonetheless, and it's another way to pressure your opponent. Another way to combo into the grab is if you do 4 and then you go for the grab. It does work, but you kind of have to be a little close. So like see right there, it works. But if you're kind of a little too spaced out, it doesn't combo, or they're just too far away. So you kind of got to be like not right up on them, but I think that this is a lot easier to do than like, let's say like this. Like this one is a lot harder to do. Just back 1 into the grab. It's a lot more precise timing. This one, you just kind of have to be close, and I think it's easier on the hands and whatnot, for me at least anyway. So just kind of mix it up and see what you can do. So in terms of combos, you don't really have a whole lot of options. Like I've messed around, and the main problem with Jax is, unlike let's say Jackie, or if you play like Garrus for example, Jax doesn't have a launcher that works as well as any of those other characters that kind of have grappling moves and whatnot. So Jax is a little limited in the area in terms of this combos and whatnot. So your main like stuff is just kind of charging up your hands and then just kind of spacing out, utilizing your projectiles, using your skull breaks, using your crazy grabs. Not to mention, you get a lot of bullshit off of just punishing your opponent. Like if your opponent does something goofy and they whiff, you can whiff punish with something like this, and that's just 160 damage for free. Not to mention that you can also just do 2-2 into 1+3, and it's also again pretty good damage. Like you get a lot of options in terms of like punishing and just being patient. So just be aware that Jax, in terms of combos, he's definitely lacking a little bit. So I don't think he's gonna be top tier, but if you're gonna play him, definitely play around the grabs, punishing, a lot of charging up your fists, and spacing is going to be a huge thing, because once you guys get it down to a science and you guys can do stuff like this just on the fly and just, you know, like be able to hit garbage, like this is just the ultimate thing right here, is just kind of getting these moves off and getting big damage. And then whenever you're trying to, you know, to do your footsie work and whatnot, it's just, you know, he's got a lot of tools like, you know, low to mid, and then he goes into a grab, and then he also has a few different options. So you can do like, you know, back forward 2, which if you meter burn it, you can go for a little grab there, which will do a little bit of damage. Not too fancy, but it's there. Another thing I want to mention is the corner carry. He's got an amazing corner carry that just throws them basically right into there. And once you actually get into the corner, you can actually get a little wall bounce off of it. It's nothing too fancy or special. Don't get any crazy ideas, but it definitely puts you at the advantage, and it puts your opponent in the corner, and they're going to do some goofy stuff. And if you're pressuring them, remember, you have those tick throws. So while they're in the corner, you have an amazing amount of pressure with tick throws and being able to do whatever you want. So just don't forget that your corner pressure is going to be disgusting, and I would definitely keep them in the corner. So if you end up happening to do that move right there where you're gonna actually throw them, or if you go into this, just make sure you keep them in the corner, because you can accidentally throw them out. Like right here, see, if you end it right here, you'll end up just throwing them out over here. So just be aware that you can do that. Anyway, that's kind of it for Jax Briggs. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any combos or anything like that, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys have discovered. This is just within my first couple hours of the game, so obviously more to come and whatnot. And Steve will be coming out with his own character guides and later on. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.